So today, it's my birthday, and listen to this. Alexa, it's my birthday today.
That was a power one.
That was not supposed to happen. So yes, my birthday, what that video was supposed to do was sing happy birthday. I tried it in the morning when I woke up and was very pleasantly surprised to find that Alexa sung happy birthday to me. Unfortunately, I hadn't realised my daughter had been playing on there, you know, getting it to make certain sounds. So when I went to show it to you, that's the sound that was produced. I was going to prove to you that it sang happy birthday and then realised that I'd probably get copyrighted for it. But yeah, if it's your birthday, tell her it's your birthday and she will sing for you. It was pretty cool. Put a smile on my face first thing in the morning anyway. So today's video, I'm running out of ideas, as you know. I've shown you my placemats and I've shown you how to sublimate. I didn't really have any idea what to do for this video, but it dawned on me. I've very, very nearly finished my new print. So I'm going to test print it, and I thought I might test print it on a coaster as well, just to see what it looks like. It's not finished yet. There's just a few little tweaks, but I like to print it off so I can see what it's looking like. And sometimes I notice things that also need changing that I don't notice when it's still on my iPad. So that's what I'm going to do. Of course, you know the process because I've shown you it many times now. Whenever I've finished a print, I always save it to my Dropbox account because that way I can bring it up on my computer. One day, hopefully, everything will be Apple. I have my iPad. Personally, I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with Apple. I've had Apple products in the past, and it does get to a stage where you need an update and your phone, for example, won't update any longer and suddenly the thing is useless to you. And I don't like that. But when I had my iPad, which I went to buy a device I could draw on, and I walked into the shop and said, whatever you do, don't even bother showing me an iPad because I'm not interested. I was going to buy like a Microsoft device. Looked at them all, and then he said, just have a go on the iPad with the pencil. I was like, oh, all right then. Picked up the pencil, and that was it. I was sold. It was so intuitive, and everything about it was just brilliant. I bought the iPad. And I have no regrets. I love it. I used to have a Samsung phone and I'd take photos that I would then use as references but to get them onto the iPad was just a joke because you can't, and this is part of the reason why Apple does my head in, it doesn't allow you to Bluetooth. And if it does, I didn't find an easy way of doing it. So eventually I finally made the switch back to iPhone purely so that I could use AirDrop and everything was so much easier. I don't have a Apple computer. I have a HP and, you know, it's perfect, does everything I need, but I can't get when I finish my print, it's not straightforward to just send it to my computer. I can't use AirDrop. I have to go through Dropbox. Dropbox is the thing that I found that works the easiest. So that's what I have to do. I've already sent it to Dropbox. Now I've got to log in to download the image to my computer. And finally, I'll be able to set it up ready to print it. But yes, one day, I will just have Apple everything and everything will sync and it will just be, oh, life will just be lovely. I'd love a laptop, like I don't know what they call it, MacBook is it? So I could work anywhere. That would be nice. For now, we have what we have and I'm grateful to have it all. Don't get me wrong. I'm very lucky. So we are going to do what I just told you I'm going to do. So that's what I'm doing. So my birthday. It's my birthday. I'm getting ever nearer to the big 5-0. Don't bother me though. To be fair, I never really... You're just a day older than you were yesterday, aren't you, after all? And yeah, that's pretty good. I've got nothing to complain about. I wonder what this year will bring. Have a guess in the comments, if you like. How old do you think I was? You already know I'm not 50. So none of this 54, 60, 75 malarkey, please. I am quite happy with the way this is. Well, shall I show it to you? Shall I show you the finished print? I'm quite happy with it, to be fair. And it's a good job too, because I do really need to be getting on with all the other ones I've still got to do. This one has took me a lot longer than I thought it would, to be honest. But yes, here we are. So, here we are. This is it. All hand drawn. That house took me absolutely forever, but I've now put the train in, So yeah, I'm really chuffed with it, but I'm just curious to see what it's going to look like as a print. Right, and let's get this thing printing. I always put a little border on every picture. It's always the same colour border, just to add a bit of continuity to the prints if you end up having a series of them yourself. So I've still got to do that, but that's not such a bad process. And like I say, there's a couple of things that I still need to do. That I've got to add a rail and whatever else printing highlights. It's one of these. This is when I never know when to stop. So the chimneys, I haven't put any brick detail on. And I normally would put every single bit of detail, but I'm just debating whether it really needs it. We'll see. The print might reveal the answers to that question. Here it comes. It's all very exciting. There's the Station Master's Cafe house starting to appear. I do normally find that I need to edit the colours a little bit. It doesn't always print exactly as how I've drawn it on the screen. And again, if I had a Apple computer, I wonder if that would change. So it wouldn't necessarily be a problem. But I do find that when I export my image onto this computer and then print it, the colours aren't quite what they should be. But it's printed, so let's have a look. Need to put my glasses on first. It's not bad. It's a bit darker than it's supposed to be. I'll show you. There it is. As the train just pulled in, is everybody on the train waiting to get off? Or has everyone just got on the train? I was wondering whether to add a couple of characters, but I quite like it as it is, so I haven't. And then on the screen, so this is obviously a lot lighter. See the difference? So I might just brighten that up a little bit, but I do really like it. Do you like it? As you know, I've told you I use Affinity Photo, was the Affinity software. They do the photo and the designer. I don't use Photoshop. I did use Photoshop, but I literally only make these small changes and use it to resize my stuff for my sublimation. So I don't use any of the other stuff that's on there, and you have to pay the monthly subscription for that. So to be fair, it's a complete waste of money to me. Whereas this Affinity software, you just pay a one-off payment. I think it's about £49, and then you're done. And they often, like Black Friday, etc., they do discounts on that. So I didn't pay £49. I forget what I did pay. It was less than that because I got it in one of their sales. But it is just a one-off payment, and then you're done. And it's perfectly, oh, it's brilliant. It's a brilliant bit of kit, and it does everything I need it to do. So yeah, if you currently use Photoshop, I would suggest having a look at this Affinity software and just see if you can save yourself a bit of money in the long run. So I'm just going to adjust the brightness a little bit. Right, I think I'm just going to leave all that as it is. I've adjusted the brightness, and I'm going to just see if that's enough. So I'm going to print another copy now. The computer's starting to make noises. Or rather, the printer is starting to make noises. If the computer was starting to make noises, I'd be panicking. What day is it today? It's Tuesday today. I've got my mum coming to stay. So I haven't seen her for 3 years. She doesn't live in this country. She lives in Portugal. And with COVID and everything, obviously couldn't travel for a while, etc. and so forth. So yeah, she's coming to stay. So I'm having to get the house ready for that. I am delegated to the sofa. But fortunately, I don't mind sleeping on the sofa. I'll tell you what, if this came out perfect, I'd be so happy. There's been some prints where I've spent forever trying to get it right. But yeah, if I can get it right, I might treat you. I might try and make a coaster out of it. I don't know why that's treating you really, but you know, it's just you get to see the process of the coaster. And you get to see it in like the first time, just the same as I will be seeing it. So, you know, no dress rehearsals. I print it for the first time, you get to see it straight away. We can all decide whether or not it's any good. So what did I do for my birthday? Oh, hang on. Right then. To get the original one from here and put this one up against it. And that is definitely better. So, do you see? the building stands out that much more, doesn't it? Well, it's not that it stands out, but it looks like it's not, it just looks more realistic. So, is it just the brightness? Is there something else I can do? Exposure? No, absolutely, definitely not. HSL, what is that? We ask. No, we don't want to be touching that. White balance, could it be that? Oh, yes, it could. It absolutely, definitely could be that. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I am going to export that now and see what that print's like. Let's just waste another bit of paper. I mean, I'm not wasting it because it's important, this. It's important I get it right for all you lovely people out there that might want to buy it. It's got to be right. So, went bowling for my birthday. Took my daughter and her boyfriend with me. And have a guess who won? Yes, it was me. I won, which is only right, seeing as it was my birthday. But yeah, it was quite good fun, but so expensive. Took us about, I don't know, less than an hour to complete. £26! My daughter's 21st on the 27th, so yeah, that'll be nice. Don't tell her. She loves Donny Osmond, and as luck would have it, he's only gone and announced another UK tour. I took her. She fell in love with him when she was 7, and my daughter's got Asperger's, and when she zones in on something, that is it. Absolutely fell in love with him, and just all the time, all day, every day, singing Donny Osmond, watching Joseph, and singing, and just everything was Donny Osmond from age 7 onwards. And her dream was always to see Donny Osmond. And then he announced a concert when she was 14, so 7 years later. So I took her to the concert in Bournemouth, not knowing, because she didn't really like crowds, and she didn't like lots of people, and there's so many things she didn't like. And so it was a bit of a gamble, but of course Donny Osmond does not do UK tours that often. So took my gamble, we went to Bournemouth and I chose some seats, especially so she wouldn't be sort of closed in or what have you. So we were out on the side. Oh my God, she absolutely loved it. And then after the concert, we went round the back to see if he would come out. And he came out in his car and he had his window wound down and said goodbye as he drove past. But there was quite a few people there, but made her night. Anyway, she loved it that much. As soon as we got home, I sort of sat there and thought, well, he just doesn't do these things very often, so it's just been a dream for forever to see him. Oh, sod it, let's go again. So we went a few days later, we booked for Nottingham. And I had already obviously been to Bournemouth and saw the format of the show. And so this is turning into a bit of a long story now. I'd seen the format of the show, and in the show, Donny Osmond started reading these purple cards. It was just like literally, it was called the purple card moment, and he would read, and what it was is people in the audience had written questions on the cards. Some had been selected, and he would read them out. So when we got to Nottingham, I thought, right, I am going to absolutely definitely find a purple card, and we're going to write her question, and fingers crossed, hopefully he will read it out. And oh my God, wouldn't that be amazing? So we got there and started looking for these purple cards round our seat. And unfortunately, there were people a few rows down from us who'd already got a purple card, and there was only one in each segment. So absolutely gutted. And then I just thought, no, this is never going to happen again. We've got to try and find this card. So I spotted the lady that was going around to give the purple cards out. And I went up to her with Emily and said, look, is there any chance that the youngest fan, Donny's youngest fan here tonight, could have a purple card to write a question? And Emily, bless her, she was all shy, hiding behind me, well, you don't know because you don't know Emily, but she was doing what Emily does. She can be very shy, withdrawn, blah, blah, blah. And the lady gave us a purple card, and she said to me, the only thing is that if he does choose her card, he might come down to stand beside her. Would that be all right? And Emily sort of looked at me, and I sort of looked at Emily, and I thought, well, whatever, this is just an opportunity of a lifetime. This sort of thing does not happen. So I said, yeah, no, that would be absolutely fine. It would be fantastic. So he took the card away, and MZ was thinking of the questions she wanted to ask, and I kind of knew what it would be, but she was thinking of that. And the lady appeared beside me and she said, there is a slight chance that if he picks her question, he might ask her to go up on stage. Would that be a problem? And Emily just looked panicked, and I said, could you just leave that with me? I'm sure that will be fine, but just leave it with me a minute. She went, yeah, absolutely fine, blah, blah, blah. So I was chatting to MZ, who was horrified at the idea, but also couldn't believe it. And I was talking to her, sort of trying to explain to her that, yes, obviously it would be the scariest thing she's ever done. There was 5,000 people in the audience, but these sorts of things just don't happen. And this had been, she always called it her wish dream. This has been her wish dream for the past 7 years on a daily basis, I might add. And if she didn't do it, and there was no guarantees it was going to happen, but if she didn't do it, she literally would think back on that day for the rest of her life and regret it, because there was this opportunity that nobody gets. People's dreams don't always come true, and here was hers, and there was a chance that she could be up on the stage talking to Donny Osmond, and it was just such an opportunity. We had to do everything we could not to let her miss that. So we talked it through for about 10 minutes or more. And I kind of explained to her that if she was up on the stage, all the lights are up, she wouldn't even see the people in the audience, blah, blah, blah. So she said, yes, no, she'd be fine with that, provided I went up with her, of course. So I let the woman know, and then we rewrote this card out. And Emily's question was, what did it feel like wearing the coat? And what she means is, in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, obviously he's Joseph, he has the coat of many colours. She wanted to know what that felt like. Handed in the card, and then the purple segment bit started. So the concert had gone on, we'd listened to some songs, it was all fantastic, she was absolutely loving it. Then he started reading the purple cards, and he was doing one in the audience with a lady, and he was singing beside her, and then he started reading Emily's card, and it was just magic. He started reading it to her out the quiz. You know, she'd put on there that she had the Asperger's, and that big crowds scared her, but she'd come all this way to see him because she loved him, and she just wanted to know what it felt like to wear the coat. So you know what happened, don't you? You can guess what happened. He said, where's Emily? Let's get Emily up here. So that was that. We got up off the seats and we were guided to the stage, and she got up on stage with him. And I've just never, ever seen any. It was just, he was absolutely fantastic with her. He just almost put her at ease straight. It was just, and he didn't even say it. It wasn't what he said. It's just the way he was with her. And Donny Osmond's someone that Emily's loved for forever, and he sings lovely, but he wasn't my hero. My hero is Elvis Presley, and I wasn't on the same page as her with Donny Osmond, but so much respect for that man. He was so fantastic with her, and he got her to do something that I never in a million years thought I'd see. He said, where's the coat? The coat someone came out carrying this coat of many colours, and he put it on Emily. And then the music started, and he started singing. He said to Emily, do you know the song? Which of course she did. And he started singing, and asked her to sing with him. So then, all of a sudden, my Emily is on stage wearing the coat of many colours with Donny Osmond right beside her, singing a duet with him. She's 14 years old, and it was just the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. But the pinnacle of it all was at the very end. He stood aside, just gestured to Emily and left her to sing the last line all by herself. I'm getting all emotional saying this because it was something else. And so she sang that last line all by herself, and the cheer and the clapping that went on afterwards, it was just the most incredible thing. Something I never thought I'd see her do. Something I never thought anyone would be able to get her to do. And it was incredible. And yeah, 5,000 people, and it was just it was amazing. She said that she hadn't been able to see anybody because the lights had all been on her and stuff. But her dream at 14 had come true. It was the most incredible thing. Anyway, I've properly digressed. My point is, she's 21. It's all been 7 years. She fell in love with Donny Osmond when she was 7. She sang on stage with him when she was 14, 7 years later. And literally yesterday, he announced he was doing a UK tour. Tickets came out on sale today. So we are now off to Cardiff in her 21st year, 7 years later. It's all about the 7-year cycle. So we're going to see Donny Osmond again. Oh, it's crazy, isn't it, how things go? So that's what I was doing this morning. I was buying tickets for Donny Osmond. And yeah, she's going to be one very happy lady on her 21st birthday. And I just have to hope she doesn't see this video before then, because, you know, everything will be spoiled, won't it? But yeah, so I've just told you all of that and made myself get all emotional, and I didn't plan any of that in this video. Let's see how this print went. Sort yourself out. Sort yourself out, girl. Right, now then. What do we think? I think I like this one. Can you see? You probably can't see any difference, but I think I like this one. Can you see what it looks like on a coaster? I'm going to size this up and then we can print it on a coaster. So yeah, let's just go. Let's just do this. Let's just do it. Do it. Just going to turn my heat press on, actually, seeing as we're doing this. Just got to plug it in. It's already plugged in. Let's turn it on. I'm just resizing this, so I've made the square, which is 92 millimeters by 92 millimeters, because the coasters are 9 centimeters by 9 centimeters. So now I just need to resize the image onto this template. Right, so that's on the template, but when you are, if you're going to sublimate anything, you have to reverse, so like flip the image so that it prints the correct way round, if that makes sense. So I'm going to flip horizontal, and then I'm going to copy that and make a new document, just an A4 document, and I'm going to print it onto there. I just might make it a shade bigger. I'm going to make 6 of them, because even though I only want one, if it doesn't work, I've wasted my... If I only print that one picture, then the rest of the paper is wasted anyway. So I might as well print 6, and if the first one works, well, I got 5 spares. If it doesn't, well, I'll throw it out, because I would have done anyway. It's quite exciting. So there's my 6 designs or images of the station on this sheet, and now I just need to export this now. So file, export, and we'll just call it train coasters, and then we will print that off using the EcoTac that I told you all about in the last video. So yeah, if you want to do something like this yourself and you want to know all the things you're going to need to be able to do that, I did make a video on that, so I shall try and leave a link to that video somewhere here or at the end of the video. That's run out of paper, so I just need to get some more paper to go there. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, I use this paper, which I think I get it through a company called Sublimation. It might be Longfort, I can't remember, but I use this. So let's put some of that into the printer. So this is the coaster. Clean the dust off of it. This is just a spare coaster, so I've had it out a little while. I just clear the dust. Obviously no one's going to be buying this. This is my test. But yeah, like the placemats, just hardwood on the back, and it's got this special coating here. So I need to get my heat tape and my scissors. The heat press is heating up. It's currently at 88 degrees. I did used to use a cloth and everything, but then you get fluff off the cloth, so I just use my hands. Okay, so here's the printed sheet. as you could probably see then, I shouldn't have made that last tiny little adjustment I made when I just made it a little bit bigger, because actually it was fine. So I'll show you. I've got like a border running here. I've got here and, well, I'm pretty much up to the edge here, but I still had this amount of room to play with, so I could have just left it where it was and it would have fitted perfectly, but you know, I didn't trust myself, did I? I thought I should make it a little bit bigger just in case. 180. It's the weighting that I can't be doing with, to be honest. Should have put it on as soon as I got up here. While we're waiting, I could show you something. That was the moment. My Emily sung with Donny Osmond. I mean, is that not just the coolest thing to ever happen in a young person's life? Look at her little face. Wearing the coat of many colours, look. Honestly, I don't know how anything's ever going to top that. It was just the most perfect day ever. In fact, quite funny, because we got back to the hotel that night and fell asleep, obviously. And in the morning, she woke up and for a split second, she thought it had all been a dream. Magic moments. Magic bloody moments. And we know what that noise means, don't we? So let's get this onto the heat press. And then we just have another 65 seconds to wait. Fingers crossed. I'll tell you, if this was right first time, I would be absolutely amazed. Never happens. Ever. Ever. So, what are we thinking? Let me put my glasses back on. I actually quite like it. Dare I say it? I quite like it. Is it focusing for you? I think it looks good. I think it looks very, very good. I'll tell you, it's unbelievable. Never, ever, ever does that happen first time. So we got our print. And we've got our coaster. See, the coaster definitely looks more vibrant than the print. But that's just the glossy nature of it as well, I think. The building looks, it just looks like, it's like warmer. It's like warmer tones on the coaster. Which actually I prefer. But this is the more realistic tone of, so this is realistic. This is slightly warmer. Can't really say anything else. But yeah, what do you think? They're all right, aren't they? So I've just got to add my border to this now and finish this off properly. And that will be my new print, which I think, apart from the railings, is done. The railings, the border, and this will be good to go. So woohoo for that. Because now I can get on with my next print. Still need to go and get the photos for that, by the way. But that will be, oh my God, my mother's coming. Mind you, they're going to be busy seeing friends and stuff. So yeah, I should be able to go and do that this week. But yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm really, really happy. So all is good here. So there we go. You saw it as I saw it and you tested it with me. So yeah, I thought I'd still have to do quite a bit more and I don't. And I'm really, really happy about that. So yeah, please let me know in the comments, what do you think to the new picture? I love it. Then I love all my prints and they all very quickly become my next new favourite. So I'm going to say goodbye now and hope you enjoyed seeing that part of the process, which went ridiculously well. So maybe I should bring you along with all of them from now on because you're obviously my lucky charms. And yes, I will see you in the next video, whenever that may be. I don't know if I'll get one out next week because, you know, mother's coming. So we'll see how it goes. But you take care. See you soon. Over and out. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.